Welcome back. All right, so we got 2 games down for today. We will not have 2 sweeps in the East. I was starting to think that was what's going to happen. I was like, all right, well, I'll have some nights off over the next week. But the New York Rangers giving their fans some hope today. This game was entirely too entertaining, so it had to get shut down after it was entirely too entertaining. So it was Shesterkin versus Ranta in this game. And again, that's your matchup. But keep in mind, Freddie Anderson's getting closer. He actually made the trip. So he may end up being the backup sooner rather than later, and we'll see if this series continues to roll into New York Rangers' favor, if that means that we could end up seeing Anderson later on in the series. We will not that anything has to do with Ronta in this. Ronta's been fantastic. So Vetrano fires one high on a rush. There's a good start for the Rangers. Early power play though for the Canes. The power play for the Carolina Hurricanes has been brutal throughout these playoffs. It was brutal to round out the regular season as well. Good penalty kill, clears, shot blocks. Post then for Svechnikov. Then there's a shorthanded rush by Rooney that ends that power play. The shots, though, are 3-0 for the Carolina Hurricanes at 4 minutes. They're getting opportunities. Shea has a shot that's held. That was the 7th shot for Carolina, and we still were at 0 for the New York Rangers. Stahl then had a rush chance kicked aside. Jarvis had one that was saved. Shesterkin's been very, very busy. So Hedel has a shot that's held at the other end. There were the occasional shots getting through. The shots, though, are 12-2 for Carolina at 8.5 minutes. So that's not optimal, and you could tell that Gerard Gallant wasn't all that happy with things to that point. Then we get a power play for the Rangers, and they score on it, and they have to. If the New York Rangers are going to make this a series, if they're going to have some miraculous comeback, their power play has to be a difference maker, and their penalty kill has to continue to frustrate Carolina. It's Zibanejad from Fox and Panarin at 11:54. We went 127 minutes and 50 seconds between goals for the New York Rangers. It would not take that long for them to get their second. But again, this is one of those weird things where Carolina seems to really thrive on those matchups at home, and they have more of a struggle when they don't get to dictate those matchups. So, good cycle on that goal, and then Igor denies Kotkaniemi. Crowd was chanting Igor on almost every big save. Zibanejad has a rush chance saved. Kreider has a shot that was held. The emotions are getting up at this point. The emotions would really get up at the end of this. Rooney has a shot on a turnover that's held. The Rangers press with 3:30 left. Lafreniere then had a shot that was saved. Panarin couldn't bury one. Things get kind of scrummy after a hold by Ranta. Kreider can't bury a buzzer beater. So it's 1-0 Rangers after 1, and they had some momentum at the end of the period. While the shots are 12-2 for Carolina at one point, they almost evened up by the end of it. So go to the second period, early press by the Rangers. Hedel can't bury one. The Canes ice it. Panarin then had a net feed that was blocked out. Domi's then denied on a rush. The puck was cleared from the crease after that. That was a dangerous puck that sat in the crease for a while. Open back and forth play, fun hockey. I'll agree with what the announcer said. Yeah, no, both coaches can't have liked that. And after that first period, the interesting thing is the Rangers are leading, and what does Gerard Gallant say? We're allowing too many shots. The defense got to be better. So they really like that lockdown style for both of their teams. So 38 shots in the first 24 minutes of this game. It would not continue to produce at that pace. Again, it was a very entertaining game to this stage, and it's only 1-0. So the score doesn't necessarily dictate how much I'm entertained by a game. So the last game only had 43 shots. This one, there'd be more than 43 shots for Carolina alone. The Canes press at 5 minutes. Hedel then had a shot that was blocked. And then Kreider. Kreider scores from Zibanejad and Trouba at 5:55. D'Angelo had his stick knocked out of his hands moments before the goal went in. It definitely distracted him. The stick was knocked out of his hands. He wasn't happy. And so they take advantage of that, and Kreider gets the goal to put them up 2-0. Miller then had a point shot that was saved. The Canes cleared out. Schneider with a hit on Cole. That draws some cheers from the crowd. And then at 8:18, the crowd's quieted down just a little bit as Niederreiter scores from Stahl. This one goes through Shesterkin. Igor would have wanted that one back. That's not a goal that Shesterkin would normally allow. And the nice thing was, Rangers fans at MSG chanted Igor after that kind of leaky goal. So that's nice to see, when the fans rally around the goaltender rather than get him out of there, get the other guy in. So yeah, the Igor chants after that. Lafreniere then had a net feed that's blocked. The Canes rush. Svechnikov with a wraparound, that wouldn't go. D'Angelo has a shot that's tipped. That's saved. Shots are 14-8 for the Canes with 6.5 minutes left. And then there's a near miss for Natchez. With 5:54 left, the Rangers get a power play. This time around, an aggressive penalty kill by the Canes. They check, they clear it out. Strome has a redirect that's saved. Ronta holds on while Teravainen was without his stick. So good play there, and broken sticks and lost sticks and all that for the Canes today. Kopp misses wide, and the power play comes to an end. Braun tips one on his own net. Igor holds while Braun kind of holds his breath. And it's one of those times where maybe keep your stick out of the lane and just let your goalie grab it, because he's Shesterkin. He'll grab it. 26.8 seconds left. The Canes get a power play, and it felt like this could be the game here. It's a 2-1 game. If the Canes get their power play on the roll here, if they score, who knows, right? So, huge kill for the Rangers. Rolls over into the third. Teravainen had a chance. Nice arm save on that one. Trocheck fires one wide. It's killed off. It manages 4 shots between that end of the second period and start of the third, but the Rangers survive it. So the Canes press after it ends. Natchez then had a shot that was blocked. Kakko had a rush chance that was held. Svechnikov had a rush chance that was saved. Shesterkin not rattled by that Nino Niederreiter goal. His body language, everything about it in the third period, you could tell he was in the zone. He was fine. He has played much better against Carolina than he did against Pittsburgh. Kakko's then denied on a net feed from Hedel. The Canes press at 9 minutes. Mott blocks a shot by Cole. Trouba then had his chance that deflects out. The Canes are getting zone time, but they're being kept to the outside. So this is where the Rangers are coming back. A lot of coming back, a lot of blocking, and just, again, we get into that more defensive shell kind of hockey in that third period for the Rangers as they were up by a goal. I always get nervous about that because it's only a 1-goal lead. So I'm more of the opinion that if you attack with the 1-goal lead, you keep the puck in their end. I think it's a better strategy. But hey, Gerard Gallant, he's won his share of games in the NHL, knows what he's doing. So Lafreniere has a rush chance that's saved with 6:03 left. The Canes get a power play. The Rangers don't let them set up that power play at all. Niederreiter has a shot that deflects out. There's a shorthanded rush by Kreider. That helps to finish the kill. Panarin then had a chance that's held. Fox blocks a Slavin shot. The Rangers clear it out. D'Angelo then had a screenshot that was held. With 2:29 left, the Canes call a timeout, and they pulled the goaltender at the same time. So the thing that I found funny was Ray Ferraro saying, I wouldn't pull the goalie now. The goalie's on the bench. Yep. So Kreider hits the post on an empty net try, and this wasn't from the other end of the ice either. He was close to the net. So that kind of loomed large, because now the Canes are going the other way. However, at 18:37 with an empty netter, it is Mott that puts this one away. The Rangers win this game 3-1. It was a backhand down the ice too by Mott. He didn't mean to hit the empty net, I don't think. He was just trying to clear it. They did pull the goalie again, but the Igor chants are loud as it closes. Now at the horn, Domi throws a cross check on Lindgren, which leads to Lindgren coming back with, "Do you know I'm a cyborg?" And the brawl was on. So this is one of those situations where, because it's at the end of the game, Department of Player Safety might come in and throw a couple of fines, maybe at Domi and Lindgren, but probably at Domi. I don't think there's anything suspension worthy in there, but definitely because it's at the very end of the game, I could see fines being levied there just to make sure that these guys know, hey, NHL's watching kind of thing. So 3-1's your final. The Canes still lead the series, but they're now 0-4 on the road. They have not won a game on the road. They've played well enough in a couple of those games on the road, but they haven't got the win. So your 3 stars are Shesterkin, Zibanejad, and Kreider. The shots in this one, 17-13 Carolina in the first, 18-10 Carolina in the second, and then the Rangers shut it down, 10-9 in favor of the Rangers in the third. Final shots, 44-33 for Carolina. Power plays, the Canes 0-3. That power play is actively weighing them down. The Rangers 1-2. Hits 23-17 Rangers. Ronta saves 30 out of 32. Shesterkin saves 43 out of 44. Remarkable game. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.